I was speechless when I was told that I had to have an emergency C section for my first child. I had no choice but to say yes to the doctor. I was a 25-year-old new immigrant who didn't have the medical knowledge to think about my options, nor sufficient English skills to ask all my questions. I had no close family around me except my Japanese husband. My body was shaking as I wasn't expecting the surgery. I had pictured a joyous movie scene in my mind, but this room seemed a bit quiet. On the second day, the doctor came to my bed and started to explain something about chromosomes. I froze, then frantically flipped through my English-Japanese dictionary and checked the few words. It was the beginning of a long, excruciating month waiting for a test result to confirm that my baby had Down syndrome. I felt isolated and forgotten. The new mother who was left in a cold room, awkwardly holding a beautiful baby girl in her arms. The endless thoughts about our future were like a black hole which would swallow all the light and hope. In my culture, a mother was expected to take full responsibility for her child, and I didn't want to be pitied. So I began to climb out of that black hole by myself, slipping back in, but climbing out again, many times over the next 19 years, facing each challenge alone, determined to be a responsible mother. And I was. On the day of my daughter Meg's grade 12 graduation, I was a proud mom and felt like we had gotten to that point together. Meg had received awards in the past, so I wasn't completely surprised when I heard her name called for that special humanitarian award. No matter what everyone else thought, I was going to clap as loud as I could. But I never got to hear my clapping because it was drowned out by everyone else's. I was surprised when an entire gym, every student, all the teachers, all the parents were on their feet, rolling with applause. It was the only standing ovation at the graduation ceremony. I never knew that anyone else could or would care so much about Meg. It was in this moment that I realized how lonely I had been over the past 19 years, that maybe it didn't have to be that way. I didn't realize that opening up my world could bring me something other than shame for looking weak. I began to redefine strength. My sense of personal responsibility ingrained in me as a child began to reshape itself inside me. I can now blend some of my values with a sense of resilience based on the strengths of connection rather than isolation. For 19 years, I tried to escape the darkness by doing everything by myself. But when I saw how Meg had stepped into the light, she opened the door for me to do the same.